All right, I'm the Flat Rate Master, and it's story time. All right, I'm telling stories from some of my years in this business, as crazy as they are. All right, first one is from this shop, and it's something I hear a lot. I hate when he does that. And the reason I'm telling this story is it happened today. Somebody needs help. They've been struggling with it for a while, and just it's kicking their butts. Today, Jesse was having trouble getting a CV axle to spline onto the shaft and go in. Been struggling with it for a while. I walk over there, play with it, boom, 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 axle's on, done. And the guys around here go, I hate when he does that. Just a funny little story. It's just one of those things that comes from experience. You have the feel and how to get it in there. It's just, and I'm sure everybody in the business has had that happen at least a few times, even me. Shout out to Sean, whose girly little hands saved me a couple times because he can fit his hands in where I can't. Like a Cadillac brake switch. You want to talk about, oh my, geez, that thing's ridiculous to get in. Like there's not enough room physically for my hand to get in there, to put a brake switch in. His little girly hands fit in nicely. So, it's just a little funny story. All right, next one from years past. Had a Windstar, I think, come in for a no start. Okay. Do my diagnosis, needs a fuel pump. All right, no big deal. We push it in the shop and go to drop the tank. I undo the top band clamp for the filler neck and gas starts pouring out. I mean pouring out. That shop did not have a gas caddy, bucket, anything to do other than I shoved my oil drain underneath it and caught what I could. That shop didn't even have a high lift transmission jack. So what I had to do was put a dead man onto one side, undo the straps, hold it up while I undid the other side, and then physically having to lower it down with two people low enough to get it on the low transmission jack to undo everything else. Well, the guy helping me let the gas tank tip down on his shoulder and got soaked all the way down to his shorts in gasoline. Suffice to say, he went and took a shower because his everything was burning. Now, so I'm sitting there, fuel tank on a trash can. I'm pissed. I mean, my bay is sopping with gas. I'm pissed. Why the heck am I working here? This is stupid. I should have the right equipment. I should have a gas caddy. And I'm sitting there just pissed. And one of the other guys comes up smoking a cigarette going, man, that looks like a horrible job, man. I'm standing in a pool of gasoline and you're smoking a cigarette. Really? This next story was only a couple years ago. Not this shop, but a couple shops ago. These starters are junk. I'm sick of putting junk parts on these trucks. Guys, tech is going, oh, let me rephrase that. He was not a tech. Mechanic, and that's exaggerating, put two starters. I think it was either an E-Van or an F-150. I forget what, but it was a Ford product. 2-valve Triton. Put two starters on it, still would not crank. Started to go, and I'm sure most of you guys know exactly what it was. Yep. Starter was fine. The engine, however, was locked up. He's over there complaining. I go grab his long breaker bar, an 18 millimeter socket, and go, yeah, you need an engine. And he still works there. But that's another story. Next one is from that same shop. I'm going to call it Waiter's Gonna Wait. So I had a customer come in with a Ford Taurus, Sable, something like that. Needed a master cylinder, rear brake cylinders, I think front brakes, bunch of work. It was like an 8-hour ticket. He waited. And the shop I worked at has dedicated shuttle drivers, meaning they could have pretty much taken him anywhere he needed to go and brought him back. Nope, he waited. So he waited the full 8 hours or whatever the ticket was. I didn't care. You're going to wait on a car for an 8-hour job? I was done in like 5. He waited until I was ready to pull that car up. So if you're a customer, don't wait on your cars. It's just a bad idea. All right, next one is going to be a waiter too. So had a customer come in. All right, had a customer come in, misfire, and sold them fix, which was actually just spark plugs, and a BG induction service. Now, if you've ever done a BG service, you know when you drive out of the shop, you're killing mosquitoes because it smokes like a mother. Well, he was waiting. So I pull up front, and I'm sitting there waiting to pull out into traffic to go test drive. Well, this thing is smoking like a banshee, as they always do, and I can see him in the window staring like, oh my God, what has they done to my car? And I pull out, and I look over, and I mean, his eyes are huge, looking at the, huge amounts of smoke coming out of the tailpipe. I'm just busting out laughing on this test drive. I'm just driving, laughing like crazy, and I come back, pull into the parking lot, park the car's not smoking anymore, and he's like, part palpitating. You could tell he was about expecting me to come walking back, and it was just a hilarious situation to see that guy's face. The last one we're going to talk about happened here. We're going to call it the Naked Crazy Superman. We had a guy went next door to the liquor store naked, did a bunch of damage over there, ran through a glass door, wound up getting locked out over there. So a couple of techs were here after hours, eating some dinner, nothing real major. Well, he decides he wants to get inside, so he does a dive through the window. Now, unfortunately, I wish I had the footage. Our power for the building has a disconnect outside. Well, he hit it, and our battery backup for our cameras were out, so we didn't get any footage of that. But he literally did a dive through the glass, naked, and attacked one of the techs that works here. His wife and another tech, he shoved her into the bathroom, and in the meantime, the guy wound up getting off of the one tech, running out into the street with the guy's keys, and suffice to say, he wound up going to the hospital, and I think he died. I never heard exactly what, but bath salts were probably involved. Sometimes I wonder about staying late to film these videos, considering some of the crazy stuff that goes on around here. But remember, I'm protected. So, hope you like these stories. If you did, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more videos like this, subscribe. Make sure and hit that bell notification so you get notified when I put out a new video. If you didn't like the stories, give me a thumbs down. Maybe you got a better one. Put it in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching. I am the Flat Rate Master.